Love can conquer anything. It's very, very powerful. Love very powerful. The queen in Mama, what he do? He own daddy. They not be want this man here at all. They not be want her. They not be want Prince Philip. Oh, the man he homeless, he broke, he not get nothing, and he not to be one of the establishment people then. So they not be want him at all. But Elizabeth be want him. Elizabeth be want him. And when Elizabeth be want him, and then choice not it. He just get for the in the final analysis they back down. So he married in November 20, 1947. Now he married Prince Philip. And but the condition where they give Prince Philip, he get for renounce in Greek citizenship. So he renounced them. Nine, what they do, nine they make him a prince of England. Then in addition to that, in father-in-law, on the day of the wedding, he make him the Duke of Edinburgh. So now the title that way again. He became a prince of England. Then they make him the Duke of Edinburgh. He did with the Queen, I think they up to 70 years. Now, the transition that we talk about now, almost there. Well, as a matter of fact, one thing about them people the day when they become king or queen, now the day that they begin plan your funeral. That's so then they do. The day when they become king or queen, excuse me, now the day that they begin plan your funeral. So they may not plan Queen Elizabeth II in funeral form. The day when he became queen in 1952, February 1952, they plan and they begin plan a funeral. So every year they revise them. Every year they revise them. Every year. So now as soon as the person pass away, it's quick for them to put everything together because they may not be planner. And King Charles said that the same thing from the time where he became king. In 2022, now they begin plan in funeral. And as a matter of fact, they not even update them because don't forget say he suffer from cancer. We all waiting, cancer can do. Nobody know they say he get for pass away now, but just should in case. As a matter of fact, waiting the people they normally do now, they don't begin prepare in Peking, Prince William. They don't begin prepare now, just for any eventuality. So more assume say Prince William will take over. Now, when he take over, he get now the choice for also begin allocate titles in. Now, King Charles in last border, when Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, reluctantly he make him a Duke of Edinburgh, but with one condition. Where he pass away, that Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, if he pass away, that title, King Charles, don't decide say that title they go back. They go back to the crown. They go back. In other words, in the Duke, the coin Duke, no go pass that title today to in Peking when at James. You no go pass on to James. You no go pass on me at all. So for whatever reason, if he pass away, when he pass away, that title they go back to the crown. So what will happen? Like we say, the natural order of business can always, take place. Most say, he pass away. When King, then most say, then King William. When King William come now in power, so now he on job that now he go begin to give titles. For example, he can make in last speaking, in last bobo, then Prince Louis, he can make him the Duke of Edinburgh, or he will make him the Duke of York. But Lord not forget, say coin there's a Duke of York within now. Then the Queen Elizabeth, late Queen Elizabeth, in second picking, then Prince Andrew, now the Duke of York. So they still not go take that title today away from him, even though it don't fall out with the rest of the family because of that Jeff SP business. Then that man will not be sex trafficker, will not be friend and all that thing. When I mean that case for now. Yes, although the king don't be no, he be not remove a lot of things from him. It makes sure say not go be the face. For example, he be hold a lot of military titles, but they don't take away the titles. For example, the queen with the approval of the Prince Philip with the approval of the Queen, being give that military title, where Nana been the colonel for the Grenadier Guards to in the Prince Andrew, now get that title today. Because that title today, the King, then a King George the Sixth, now be make in daughter than a Queen Elizabeth, now be make him colonel of the Grenadier Guards. So we'll get for explain them what we mean by then, then guards in the Grenadier Guards, the Irish Guards, the Scots Guards, and all them the Life Guards, the Blues and Royals, and the Coldstream Guards. We will get for and the Welsh Guards. We will get for explain that all within this transition business. Because today the discussion actually now on the sovereign of because a lot of Salonians they don't know of them today. They don't know. They don't know how it work, waiting at the intricate system. So if find what camera they explain is in the purpose is for this platform here. So this platform here, we form them, follow the offer civic lessons in history as well as other things. Now that make us say we not in a WhatsApp anymore. Because WhatsApp, they get no serious discussion there. Now SLPP, APC politics, now they hala, cos, and all that thing. So I tell me friends in Guinea, Boku Teki, where they say, no, can help build a platform. As a matter of fact, between now July, August, century, una go can't see the background when they can't make the background. We go get the logo, we go get the song, we go introduce me where I get for camp. Then they work on that. Because that is very technical, Tina new. Not to where you they make no more like that. It's very technical. So then they work on that. So by God power, say before the end of July, August, July, August, we go don't get that background, a very good background. We go get a music when I go they welcome me where I come. By God power, just want to show now. For now, because I told I say they do the thing as small, now they do them. Now I make the appeal to na say we need una financial support and we need una financial support. So will be the platform here. So we they go back again to this the House of Windsor, where this transition here from Queen Elizabeth II, where took down to King Charles III, because like we said, that this is what they call the end of the Elizabethan era. That the end of that era. So once King Charles III fades away, then King William come there. Now a new phase, because these are the generation of new royals. I don't name them. Uda and now the new royals and never the Prince of Wales when Prince William, the Prince George, and this Charlotte. These are the people that they were with. Any other one they don't want to supplement them like Prince Henry. Then you go down to Prince Edward, Prince Andrew, and Prince Edward. They all now just supplement just in case anything happens. But their own chances of being king is just out of the question. Out of the question because of how the dynasty they work. They just did it no more because anything can happen. Because even Princess Elizabeth, we found Queen Elizabeth, instead not been expect say it will be queen. The most way before be, if I be Duchess of York, way before take over from Indadi. Waiting King Charles before happen to King Charles. King Charles also before one of being the Duke of York, because now in grandpa and in mama, they don't tied to that name before take him. But Providence intervene, so he wound up being a Prince of Wales. We put him in direct line for be king, direct line. So now so it work. So like we say, this next generation of leaders, they now will come. William, George, and Charlotte, and they now get for shape the future of the monarchy. Because the reason though, you get two schools of thought with it. Or you get the monarchy, as you see, the king, first I mean the queen, the king, the head of state, like number of countries, the head of state, but some of them countries in there, then they try not foresee if they can also try to forget their own, heads of states, meaning that then they look forward for becoming a republic. And when they not become a republic, then they go decide which kind of a system of government they will get, whether they will still get a ceremonial head of state, only that it will be a citizen, a real citizen. Because now, as it is, places like Grenada, places like Canada, places like New Zealand, places like Australia, and all the other places, they all then they under the British sovereign. The heads of state, now the queen, or now the king. We also they look at the future of the Commonwealth. Very important. No. The Commonwealth Association may come about where the empire, where the British Empire belong, it don't fade out. Nine, the Commonwealth come about. And would that bring an King George? King George, the King George the Sixth, nine bring up then a queen in that day. So in place of the empire, you don't forget say the empire go countries and don't get independence. Countries like India they don't get independence August 1947. Ghana don't get independence March 1957. Nigeria don't get independence October 1960. Salon don't get independence April 27, 1961. Gambia don't get independence 1965. All, so on and so forth. So all of them countries they but still we not the members of the of the Commonwealth League, the association of the Common, where the British sovereign nine at the head. So you go again say, well, wait a minute. I mean, we say we don't get independence. How come about we still now that the British people them that they still we owe this allegiance to them, because when they go they meeting in the the head of the group that the Commonwealth, that the British sovereign and at the head, and waiting the Queen Min do towards the latter part of the years, he tried to he makes he sell then the Prince of Wales to the rest of the Commonwealth leaders and Commonwealth countries. So they may not take him. So he don't succeed. Now he succeed. So in other words, the thing come up from the daddy, from the grandpa, King George VI. He came to the Mammy, the headship of the Commonwealth. He came on to the Mammy when Queen Elizabeth II. So from Queen Elizabeth II, he don't come now to King Charles III. We don't know if when King Charles passed away, this will continue. More say King William Candy, he will continue for her the Commonwealth. We don't know which will happen, whether they will demand elections, whether they will demand let the thing they go around, let them they take a turn, you they count the AU where they take turns them, and people then me heads, but that's now a conjecture. We don't know how that go play out. But what we know since the founding of the Commonwealth League of Nations, after the empire, they're not done. Now Britain they may not be in charge. So we don't know if this game for continue. So that's the thing now. So like we they explain when King William came, this transition, and the transition now they explain so now. Because this transition, it moved from King George, King Charles. No, the transition now don't come up from Queen Elizabeth II. So King Charles will be the last person for that Elizabethan era. I mean, we call it so the Elizabethan era. So the era of Queen Elizabeth, King Charles now they come in there. So anyone now will come after King Charles, now a new era that. So this now the era of the young, now the next generation of sovereignty, the next generation of royalty where they come up. And I don't name so. I don't name them. He go start with King William, when are the Prince of Wales. He go down to George. Then he go down to Charlotte and any other person now. So these are the three people that. Oh, then with them last brother, Louis, he's about 6 years old now. Then see. So this is how the thing they run. And like I say, there are still countries then where I think we get about 50 something countries then where they're part of the Commonwealth. And the Commonwealth recognize the British sovereign as the head. The Commonwealth recognized the British sovereign as the head. And currently, that King Charles III then at the head of the Commonwealth. So, like we say, we don't know what will happen when King George King Charles don't phase out. We don't know what will happen, whether the Commonwealth as a whole will come, they ask for some kind of an arrangement where go make sure say let the headship of the Commonwealth let it rotate. We don't know if that could get for happen. But for now, that seems for be the case. So like I say, the king not well. There is what they call the Regency Act. The Regency Act now one that where they designate somebody, and in this case, the eldest son of the reigning monarch, when the current Prince of Wales, then Prince William, nine will get for be the nine will be the placeholder. I mean the nine will act in that capacity. Then they do that way so that vacancy no go there. Now, image they bring the Regency Act. Other kings and before, then we don't do any beginning. They say until the king, the substantive king pass away, then they take over. So that not could be a strange thing, Nanny. More say, for whatever reason, either health reason, King Charles not go able to continue the job. Then, as a matter of fact, we even see I'm doing the Queen Elizabeth reign. There was a time where then the Prince of Wales and then Prince Charles, now we go open the Parliament. The army has state opening the Parliament. Now go standing. He go there is standing for the Queen. So these are all the things that now people they use system of governance. Now one that we know they allow, for their void day. They don't carefully work it. So that make nobody know the effect for power. Because the thing they know they already, it don't they already, so nobody's fighting for power, nobody know they fight for this, nobody know they fight for that, because it is already there. The structures them, the mechanisms them, they need place. Now that make when people they trouble, oh well, hey, British say go get for talent, America. No, British not win. They prefer Dandy. Now they not sustain them. Thousands of years they not sustain them. For maintain that kind of an institution. And election they can't take place this now. That on the 4th of July, which they can't hold election. Now, immediately after the election, the king will ask the party where win for let inform the government. Now, for can happen. And like looking at things, the conservative party, who side today, then seem for then they on the defensive. Then are the party where they under which is Sunak in leadership. Not automatic say they get for win the election. Because the man himself, he on sit safe in constituency. He face a problem there. The political opponents and they talk say the man there's great possibility say he not go win his own constituency. And we go be very unfortunate for let a prime minister not win his own constituency. It will be very unfortunate. But anyhow, that's so the game they play. So the election they take place. When the election done, then whoever win, the king go invite the person for form a government. And then move on. Then the king or the Prince of Wales, depending on the king in health, he open parliament. I don't know if that's today or next Saturday or when I don't, I go find out. You get what they call the annual, tooping of the color. Waiting at me. Now the king in official birthday, where the entire troops from the household division, where then they go celebrate them, na horse guards. Una where the England, una know who sign a horse guards na Westminster, where then they go celebrate and then they kill most of them major, name parade, military parade. So the sovereign, that the king or the queen, get 2 birthdays. If not today, then they get that sovereign parade. That the official birthday this of the king. But the king also that king Charles, he get a personal birthday. Where the katona na November 14, 1948. Na a real birthday, the day where he born. November 14, 1948. But you also get the official birthday when in June and the whole land with ostentatious, display of military parade, where the king incessantly will take the salute. It don't already talk say it would, even though we know well, it say we good, because there had been this speculation as to whether the king will get it, but it say good, even in daughter-in-law, where incessant, unfortunately, instead not well, inside they go to cancer treatment. But if we say he will make an appearance that the balcony of Buckingham Palace, meaning that after the function done, the troops and the march for come back, they will can't disperse in Buckingham Palace, where they go serenade the king. Say he will appear at the balcony, then say let God help him, even though he not well. So I believe say I don't actually give I don't give the narratives about how the royal house of the royal family they function. They can say then people they change their name. Then King Edward, King George the 5th. Now they change their name from Saxe Sax Kobok go to and change them from that because it get too much German flavor, too much German. And no, don't forget, say there was this anti-German, sentiment because of Hitler. So now that make it be change them. King George be change them so that it go accommodate or please, the British people there. So now make it be take a British name. They change the household to Windsor. So that way the thing will be very, English because people are very, very uncomfortable with this German, flavor. They not be one time. So now that make them come with this other one when they call it Windsor, the House of Windsor, 90 now. So even when the next generation of leaders, royal leaders, they will come, they will still continue with the House of Windsor because the House of Windsor, it roots trace back to King George, to King George, the fifth. Now they, so everybody within that line, that dynasty, it will continue with that because as it is now them they in power. Anybody will come still, even though it will get regency name we will get, but still it would rule the House of Windsor. Nine would in charge. Nine would rule. So I think say we don't exhaust this question of the British royalty. Waiting I want go over again. Now this tripartite na Salon. This tripartite system we APC and SLPP come up with. Some of we, from the circumstances of the beginning, we be not always talk say this thing was never a serious, thing. It was never. Let nobody not underestimate Dandy, not to be ever a serious thing. For you, they even ask, more say you look the mandate, waiting, then they yada for do. More talk say then they talk about electoral reforms them from the past. Not to their own job, Dandy. Now the parliament, your own job. You see, this is the thing all they talk about. People then they and part of this problem, yeah, who gets that the country, who get leaders them, we don't become dictators them, is that everything that the president, I believe saying that the administration said not to a president in your own job, not to that a job of parliament. Now parliament for come up with that. When they talk about looking at how with the whole elections, how for restructure with election, not to an administration for come with that. It's totally wrong. Now the job of parliament, but then the thing they talk, people that then at parliament, they don't know what they do. They don't know the responsibility under the constitution. But then you don't go blame them. The reason why don't go blame them, the constitution where they fashion out, where 9 days now wonder we put too much power on the president. Too much power. Look, even this auditor general in business, the auditor general in business, this no matter where the parliament system get involved in it, because the auditor general in office now an independent office. The auditor general position an independent position. If you get a government when they supervise the auditor general, then they need them. Then you don't need them because they go pile all kind of a pressure upon them. Then go now the report where they want it will give. What they talk about transparency, accountability. These are the things that they under no circumstance should the auditor general they under an administration. If we really get for make a way, we get for see yourself out of this quagmire. So we get for see yourself out of this dictatorship here. We get for see yourself out of this totalitarian rule. We get for see yourself out of where we get presidents. We don't become demigods. When they're absolute rulers. We really get for try for advocate for law get a system of governance where power not going to be concentrated in the hands of one person. We need for the stress this. It's very dangerous for any nation where power concentrated in the hands of one person. And as we look at things in a Salon, the current political trend in Salon, the power is being concentrated in the hands of a president. Anyhow, look up. As we look at things now, power then at the hands of a president. Yes, we get a parliament building. Yes, we get a building where they call a court system. But all of them, they function. They know they function. The only branch of government where they function, now the presidency. Now we could get all this abuse and misuse of power like that because of one institution or one branch we're only accountable to your whims, views, and caprices. We as Salionians, we need for the talk about it. We need to get a system of governance where they make sure the residue of power not going to be concentrated in it. Now that make we only going to remember waiting the great philosophers them, people like Montesquieu them, people like John Locke them, people like Thomas Hobbes them, waiting to become with. Where now inform in fact the basis of this country are in governance, where they make sure say power, they not put power now one person in hand. Because power, where you concentrate power in one person, the person they become corrupt. Because they drunk with power, it become absolute, it seems like a power. Now they happen as Salio so. Everything is the president. Everything is the president. We're very wrong. It totally anti-democratic, and it totally anti-constitutional. We need to get separation of powers. The other institutions they get for offices like the bank governor, the governor for the central bank, auditor general, chief justice. These offices enough for come under the remit of the executive branch. Yes, now a president go, you're like now the president they appoint the head of the central bank, now they call it the Fed. But it's very independent. It's very independent. How did they come up with, how did they monitor the monitor, policies of the country? The auditor general. They call it GO, that the General Accounting Office or whatever it is. Now, a very independent office standing. Because a government cannot audit itself. It cannot audit itself. It's totally wrong. So the bad governance will get at the country, the totalitarian rule will get at the country, it emanates from the fact say one man ain't get control over everything. Justice Cowan we don't do we a favor. It don't fashion out a constitution where they make sure say no one man not get absolute power in the country. Luckily, I get that constitution. I get them, and I don't read them. I get them. Waiting, I will begin to do. I will begin to bring an come today will take 1 or 2 chapters of them. I discuss them. We look up. We as citizens, this is what we need for do. We need for demands. So let's get a system of governance. Let's get a constitution where they make sure say, one man not a man as absolute, a ruler. This year don't start from Shaka Stevens in time, where we transition from the parliamentary system of governance, where he adopt this presidential system of governance, where he make itself absolute ruler in the country. Now, this problem and also all this problem what they see so in the country. Now, they start. So about time, because they hold nobody accountable at the place. Nobody not they hold the president accountable. The parliament not they hold the president accountable. The court system not they hold the president accountable. Because in the above that, in the beyond reproach, and all of this here they talk, it's not good for the country. It's not good. It's not good for the country. So we need for the camp talk about the dangers and all the face, the dangers. Why therefore set up a tripartite system let him go, restructure elections, business, and no, not to the job. That are the job of parliament. Now, parliament for do that. The job of parliament under any nation in constitution. Now then they make laws. Now parliaments they make laws. Parliament they hold hearings. Parliament they do investigations. Now the job that they get. Parliament don't get no other job past 10 hours not trouble. And then 3 hours they happen, meaning that the parliament now the whole the day-to-day administrators and the one that really work every day, like the president, them, the ministers, and anything. For example, the parliament can summon the minister of finance for go up yonder, look at the president the money so far, where he don't spend on the traveling. The parliament can do that and they job that day. The parliament in your job now for approval of expenditure, meaning that no administration no go spend single penny of the citizens their money, where not to the parliament approve of them. The parliament now make the supreme body, now the supreme body that the nation incorporate, not to any president gets up. No president no they use the nation in money anyhow. Now ya also then also any money where the president get for use, he get for request the parliament. Now the parliament he get for request them. Now the parliament get for approval, and they get for justify them why they need the money. But this is not there. Accountability not there. Now the problem that get a Salon, accountability not there. Elections not to the answers to problems. The answers to the problem, getting a system of governance through a constitution where fashion, where go take care of the country, where go make sure say the country now come first. Now that kind of then when the country come first, then the other branches of government go begin hold them accountable. Like where this current administration set commission of inquiry. Church they will not see no, they don't act on it, they act on it. Because what they do, the political leadership don't personalize them, we don't make like that, it gets up. It don't pass. By now, an active parliament for don't call the attorney general. Now, parliament ask her about the status of the treason case. The committee where they deal with judicial business. Now, parliament. By now, for don't get the attorney general up yonder. Explaining itself how they allow a defendant for come out in the country, waiting at the updates on the defendant, waiting at the update of this case here. So, but we know they see nothing. The reason why they see nothing, because you get the president and everything, and the be all and end all, the Yakna study, the Alpha and Omega. So now him everything for a may revolve around in whims, views, and caprices. That now the collective nightmare this, now the nightmare this, we don't get visited upon the fabric of a governance, now the nation, where one person, one man. This not to only Julius Maada Bio. And as long as we continue with this, the next leader when they come, now the same thing will happen. John equate this night happen before Julius Maada Bio came to office. We see the totalitarian, rule, on the part of Anes by Kuruma. John equate to see on Joseph Saidu Momo, and waiting we see on the part of Shaka Stevens. We only way out of this crisis here, so we only way out of this crisis. We get forget a system of governance. We will take into account the corporate well-being of the country. We get forget a system of governance. We will get for take into account the corporate well-being of the country. As it is now, the nation is being held hostage at the whims, views, and caprices of one individual. This not to anything where they pick on Julius Maada Bio. No, I'm not picking on it, but now the system that way he inherit. But the problem now in a position for correct the system, but you not one. How if for correct the system? The Justice Cowan Constitutional Review report, now for them at Parliament, and like I say, me get them. I don't read them. That constitution don't need no review. It don't need no review. The administration don't get for do anything for review. Because that constitution, like some of you don't read. Now, wonder if you get implemented, Salon go begin himself out of this quagmire was find himself. This cocoon of darkness, where don't envelop the country. It emanate from that bad 1991 constitution, where he make one leader a demigod. Until we see not to election, and they continue for repeat. It's not to, because the thing about elections, where people they know, elections also can bring in bad people there. So elections are not necessarily a determinant factor for a nation in advancement. Yeah, elections, you need people there for come into power. So when they come into power, now then they, drive the machinery of government. But that not talk saying that the best people in there. But now that make we get forget a very good constitution where they hold them accountable. Now don't they see President Trump has been held accountable. Even the son of the current president, Joe Biden, they're not holding Peking accountable. Can anybody hold any politician accountable, Nasalu? Can anybody hold any minister or ambassador, much less the president, go hold them accountable? No, because they're above the laws of the country. Now, so they structure the constitution for put the leaders above the country. That now a problem that if people don't know. These are the things of what they can't talk about. These are the things of what they can't talk about. So that the bad laws they will get at the country, now that we could not get people that will not emerge as dictators them, human rights abusers them, totalitarian leaders them. Now the kind of constitution will get nine. Now not lead to all this. Because if we get a constitution where they take care of the country, where they address the country, it needs them. Where they more particularly where they hold people accountable. The accountability where not there. And as long as you get a nation where accountability not there, now waiting and the establishment one nine they do, you guys are doomed. Now make Salon not become a failed state. Then nobody no on that Salon a failed state. Now a failed state. Salon not failed because of the kind of political orientation where all they prosecute now the place. Now the system of governance, the kind of politics where it reinforced by this obnoxious constitution, when an APC be fashioned now, nine not lead with to this. Nine not lead with to this. We get a very bad laws then. We make a one man, a president, he make him a god. The president not accountable to nobody. He only accountable to your whims, views, and caprices. In a proper democratic setting, especially in this presidential system, not when a president will decide when place. No, not to your job, Andy. Not to the president will decide. All of it will get for them. There has to be a fixed time. Fixed time inside the constitution, and Justice Cowan in constitution get that day. Not to a president. There has to be a fixed time when they inaugurate a president. Not to a president will determine that. Now, every January 20, after the elections, the president's been inaugurated. Now, that make American presidential inauguration a big thing around the world, the whole world. Let nobody not underestimate that. The inauguration of a president of America now, where they catch the attention of everywhere in the world, because it is fixed. Above tell begin take them boku powers, and then we president in hand. Not to a president for determine when the only time where a leader they determine when elections for take place in a nation. Now what will they run a parliamentary system of governance? John Lekweti not happen at Britain, where now Mrs. Sunak don't decide to say the general election at Britain will take place July 4. In a parliamentary democracy, yes, now the prime minister. But in a presidential system of governance, not to a president, they determine that. That's not part of the law, not to a president. So all of this one are the CISO. Where people, oh, well, next year we go come power. We go, no. Believe me, you can get Osama bin Laden for being president as Salon. You can get the worst person for being president as Salon. Not to that. But when you get a country where they hold people that are accountable, just like that makes some of we not go ever done for seeing the glory, the majesty, and the beauty of this country also, and exceptionalism, because everybody is being held accountable. Again, if anybody not believe, the son of the president of this country now EO state who say come out Delaware, now they convict him. The son of the president of this country not become a convicted felon. Would I go charge the president of Salon or any other African country, a family member, you can't win that? Who's court? Who judge you go sit up at that case? Who's attorney general who go be in that kind of case? Now what they talk so, the president of Uganda, all the major state offices them and the country don't give family members in West, in Pekine, in Pekine. And them. So now they talk about when leaders in camp, they personalize everything in the country that they own. Now what they talk so, the president of Uganda, Museveni, his family members now them now now the next generation of leaders them. We get for country because it don't strategize them, it don't put in a very strategic positions them. That's not the thing. So again, they are one of the because they will start to be again the problem because waiting the system the system say the traffic too much, meaning I get a lot of people there where they come now Facebook, a lot of people there. So the thing not be allow me for Camdy. But what I do, I get a backup system. What I do, I use my phone for go. So, but as I've been use the phone, I've been look the system, the main system. So the main system can't tell me say it don't get the traffic. So nada. So either way go is either una get her from here, from the main Manchino side or una go get them from here. Luckily I use my phone, for drum. So he do the recording that I got key. So I know, I not let you down. Because under a number of circumstances, if I not be get a backup, I mean not done the program done so. Now that make the appeal to una. At the end up, the show by appealing to una, you say we need una help. We need una financial help, una need for come, for help. Let we make this place worthy because they can say very shortly when they can't begin see the graphic works where they can't begin to now, and I can't see them very shortly. And they work on that. I know say between July, August, we go don't get Andy. We will get a very good musical background. We can't see it. This thing is just a temporary business. I know say that just I just don't take the program from the WhatsApp, line them. I just don't pull a commodity, say let Akana because every day I'm being asked, but why would not they hear you? Why would not they hear you? What's not happen now? Because or else before we stay I get all things together first before I come back. But since I don't decide say I know they go now WhatsApp again, so I say that we can't do that. So when I get for beer with me, when I get for beer with the background. But again, the background not doing anything. Now the substance we can get the best background, but if you don't come up with something where the citizens them it will resonate to them, the background don't mean anything. Yes, I want to see highly professionalized digital background. That's what we the Fed for law get. But to me now the emphasis now the quality of the program. The quality of the program to me, now the emphasis now. Because you can get the best background we can think of when a White House did it. But if you don't come up with the program, you know able to deliver, you don't able to come up with it, you don't mean anything. All you go do, you go just turn people them off. But by God power, we all the build this place as so. And I want to use this occasion again for which the Muslim woman, they will always a Muslim them. Tomorrow and the Ilea, we they go tomorrow for listening to the Imams them. We they pray say waiting and they tell with the message when they tell we tomorrow. The message we born out of honesty, and I want that and they can't because they get Allah in Taqwa. They go tell one we go resonate with we. And we brothers and sisters them, we don't go high. And with mommy and daddy them, again, we wish them happy and blessed it will add. We wish them that. And we hope say tomorrow they will pray properly. They will gladly na the day na the heartland of religion, Islamic religion na the day for pray tomorrow. We gladly we're not fortunate enough for the day, but all the same, we they pitch tent with them. We're glad for them. The Hajj where they go, let God make it become a sincere Hajj. Let them not go Hajj because of let it say, oh, then go Hajj no more for the namesake. Because when you do that na tourism you go pan. That you know a tourist. But then go there for try for ask God or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for let it turn their lives around. So then go they keep company with God. They don't go keep company with Satan anymore. Who side the truth day? Who side righteousness day? Who side justice day? Who side anything they wait for help fellow mankind in the country that they will and the people that when they come, the only thing that when they go stand for that the truth that they go stand for and they will tell the truth. So until by God power tomorrow, where I come up by God in power after the prayer tomorrow will come, we'll go do a program. Until then, you guys will get a very blessed day. I love you all. And still I continue for Acts tonight. For now, continue for subscribe to the Kutubu Koma YouTube platform.